You know, the origin of that character was some deep-seated, perverted, well, we won't even go with that, but it was in the head of Vince Russo.
Okay.
And so Vince Russo, I was talking politics with Vince Russo when he was bringing me up to the TV studio, and just something I've always been involved in about issues in the relationship between people in government and people in the private sector, right? So I was just having discussions about politics with Vince Russo, but he kept looking at me, and in his mind, as I was talking politics, he was thinking, "This guy looks like a porn star," and I didn't realize he was thinking that.
Yeah.
I just think I'm convincing this guy that, hey, my positions are correct, right? I didn't know he was, thinking, this guy looks like a slimeball porn star, right? But he went to Vince with it, and Vince, I guess, really liked the idea. And the next thing I know, I'm back in Mexico City, still wrestling for CMLL at the time. At 7 o'clock in the morning in Mexico City, my phone rings, and it's Vince McMahon. And he says, hey, I'm here with Vince Russo. We have a character that we want to throw by you, and we want to see if you feel comfortable playing this character. If you don't feel comfortable playing the character, let us know, because the character won't work. We'll find something else. So originally, Vince McMahon said, okay, the character's name's Val Venis, and then he spelled out the last name. Last name is spelled Venis, and it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, but I was like, it's kind of odd, but okay, whatever. And he goes, now Val Venis was a former film star turned pro wrestler. Now, the first thing that popped into my head was Hulk Hogan and Jesse Ventura. They both kind of done that Hollywood type gimmick. I was like, man, that's just been done before. It's stale, In my head, I'm thinking this. And as I'm thinking this, Vince McMahon says, actually, Val Venis was a former adult film star turned pro wrestler. And just like that, I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. And I said, twist my arm a little more. And of course, Vince, being the businessman that he is, he says, just hold on, think about it for 24 hours. If you still feel like you feel comfortable playing this, give us a call back, let us know. So 24 hours later, I called him up and said, I'm in, let's do this. And that's literally how it went from a little perverted seed deep in the mind of Vince Russo to a deep perverted seed in the mind of Vince McMahon, and poof, Val Venis was born.
So when you see the character and you play it, that's an interesting story, because in my mind watching it, I'm like, I know this is what Val Venis wanted to do since the beginning. Now, my next question for you is...
I just didn't think that would be allowed on TV. So when they said this is what we want to do, I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.